Everyone has their idea of a perfect home, but what if you were the architect? What would you design for yourself? Well, here, the owner-architect decided to flip the traditional plan upside down.
It was a big call, quite an unusual thing to do, but for us, because upstairs there's abundance of light and trees and outlook, that's where I want to spend all my time. Got a sort of impressive entry so that people know there's something going on up there, and upstairs is where all the action happens. That means that the bedrooms are down on this level and they all spring off this entry hall that we're standing in now. But each bedroom has its own vista out to a pond or a little garden. We're also borrowing views through bathrooms just to get light into every single space. A huge number of man hours from our office and lady hours went into this stair. This is all rolled steel, and we did the stair in concrete, but there was only one old Italian guy who was prepared to build it for us. Everyone else was. So it was a really major thing to do, but it was worth it because it's a huge feature in the house. So Richard, here we are on the top floor, and this is why we call it the tree house, because you're right up in the treetops of the gully across the road. It's pretty special, pretty unusual.
Very special. I mean, all the natural light.
The sunset on that side is amazing, and the sunrise on the other side too. We're always fans of having light coming from every direction if you can, because you never want your day to finish, you know, as soon as the sun swings around to the other side of the house.
So as an architect, you're obviously choosing finishes for all your clients, and what is it that made you choose these finishes for your own home?
Yeah, I think possibly because we do so much work for clients, it was a bit of an anti-finishes exercise. There almost are no finishes in here. It's concrete, timber and the structure. So
you've actually done things that you may not always do for your customer?
Yeah, we definitely took a few risks that I probably wouldn't unleash on clients. So this is the back room. When we were designing the house, we always talked about it being the quiet space. This is kind of where you'd come to sit and do some work or sit by the fire. And it also opens onto the rear garden, which is great. So if we're entertaining, we've got two sort of slightly different areas.
I love the use of natural light, you know, the way that you've actually used the beams to put glass between and bring the light in. Yeah, it's a little tricky detail, in fact one that I argued with my husband about not being worthwhile. And it's great. It just, yeah, the light throughout the day, you're always aware of the sky, and I think that's really nice. That's good to see that he's made one decision that works.
Yeah, he let me have that one.
So I notice there's so many beautiful artworks. How do you choose art for your own home?
I've just collected it over a lifetime, and it's always been pieces that I saw and loved. One downstairs is an artist I met at an exhibition, and it was like her first ever exhibition, and I just thought she was amazing. And she drove up from Wollongong with the painting in her truck. It's so important, art. I think it makes a space a home, yeah.
As an architect, what do you like as a client?
Probably a nightmare. I made decisions at the last minute consistently. Sometimes if you just leave it until you have to lock something in, you can actually make the best decisions that way.
As a mum, what do you think makes a good family home?
You need to build in some flexibility and make sure that you don't get stuck on what's going to work for a 5-year-old kid, because it's going to be quite different for a 15-year-old kid. But I think just spaces that people want to be in, and you know, that are robust but feel good, that sort of thing is timeless no matter how your family changes.
This may be an architect's home, and it is beautiful, but it's also livable, combining art and architecture and creating lovely family memories, the most important design of all.